Kennedy Agyapong issue we start ye pe I beto just say we di inkuko ewo ye the court case between or no any Anas ewo New Jersey a wokotia US $18 million ediama Anas na man for chim say oh Ken ankasa ne lawyers so say ne lawyers ababonten abechire mu say asem no podie eye honorable sorry eye Anas propaganda bi eno ni team no omo ye concerning this issue because omo de ani da ho eno omo keka nsem na court ankasa mpo ma full verdict enwie and the possibility say omobeko ombe file for mistrial no very very high e be cry chem say they go for appeal and all those kind of things and me no ka say nsem bi aba betoja chem say no kre the lawyers of Kennedy Agyapong omo file for mistrial now so their court dismisses our case na nya sem ketwa ya chechemu the main reason nsem bi ekeka hunti a mistrial no wo mo are taking it off and I say omo dismissing no e wo court on yenkotie nsem a lawyers ede etuja.
Okay. So I've looked at the sheet and there were the counts included that the plaintiff that he had made allegations in setting nature, so count 1, count 2, count 3, count 4 and 5. So on all 5 counts the jury held that he was guilty.
I believe one count did not reach the jury, but on all the other counts, he was found liable to have defamed Anas Aremial Anas.
Yes. As we understand, he was relying on the judgment of the court in Ghana, that the court had found, as a matter of fact, when Anas sued in Ghana, that Anas was a tax evader, he was a murderer, and so on and so forth. And so he didn't say anything wrong.
Well, that's true, but it's not entirely accurate because he relied on, first of all, those statements that the court made, which we believe are arbiter dicta and are out of place, respectfully, occurred after the statements that he made. And the legal test in this case is whether or not at the time he made the statements, he had evidence that made the statements true. In this case, the answer was negative.
Right. Tell us, is this case over?
Well, you know, the trial is over. I can say that. I can say that much. The judge at the end of the trial read the jury's verdict. There was a little complication where the jury sent a note explaining their verdict, which gave rise to certain assertions by opposing counsel. But the trial's over. The judge has now instructed that anyone who has a post-trial motion should do so according to the rules. So that's where we are right now. We've submitted a proposed judgment for the judge's signature.
Explain that. Has Anas, in fact, won a verdict for $18 million or not?
Yes, he has.
Is that verdict under appeal or question?
It is not on appeal because it hasn't been reduced to a written judgment yet. Like I said, opposing counsel made, I think, thus far he's made 2 applications after the verdict. The first was a application for remediature that was made immediately after the jury's verdict on, I believe, Thursday the 13th. I stand to be corrected. The jury came back on Thursday the 13th at around 5 p.m. Opposing counsel made a motion for remediature, which essentially is requesting that the judge reduce the damage award on a basis that it shocks the judicial conscience. The judge informed counsel that he had heard counsel and because we were supposed to be back in court on the 18th, that was left open And on the 18th, the judge basically informed counsel that he was not properly before the court on that issue. And then on that same day, the jury had other business related to this case to do, and at the conclusion of which counsel then made a motion for mistrial, which was promptly denied. So as we stand, per the rules, the next step is for then the next procedural step is judgment. In spite of counsel's misgivings about what has transpired in court, his recourse lies in following the rules and filing the necessary post.
You say that he made an application for mistrial and that was shut down.
Absolutely, it was shut down by the court.
So are you able to say at the next court date nothing will change about the jury's verdict of guilty of malicious defamation and an award of $18 million US?
Well, as we stand, we don't have a next court date. The trial is over. Subject to anyone following the rules and filing a post-trial motion as the judge instructed.
When is the judgment expected?
We have filed it. There's a 5-day rule. There's a 5-day period after the last hearing, by which we were required to file it. We've done so. I believe we did that on Thursday evening.
Okay.
And we noticed that counsel has written a letter to the court, but a letter is not the right way to bring about your grievances related
That's correct.
to this.
That's correct. You don't invoke the court by a letter. But this point, quickly before I get to my guest, so when they came back to the court asking that the court reduces the amount of 18 million, he was asking that it should be reduced to how much? How much was he saying he will be able to pay?
They did not specify a number. Once again, the motion was made orally right after the jury came back, and on a few days later, the day before the last hearing, which was on the 18th, on the 17th, counsel filed another letter, and on the 18th, the judge informed counsel that he was improperly before the court, particularly also because this would have been on 1 day's notice.
Okay.
So I believe that influenced the judge's statements at the end of the jury's work that anyone who has any grievances approach the court properly within the rules.
All right. Thank you very much. Just hold on for me there. I'm going to my guest, but before I do so, I understand that when the application was being made for a reduction of the 18 million, you showed in court why Kennedy Agyapong could afford the 18 million and therefore it should not be reduced. And we have that footage here. Let's watch that quickly.
After first degree, I asked her to come and work for me for about a year before she goes back to do her master's. And she said, oh, I want to work at the senator's office. I asked, which senator? And he said, New York senator, the black guy. What's his name? I've forgotten.
Okay.
Then he was talking plenty. So I said, look, girl, I sit in Africa and send $52,000 a year to pay your school fees. You are going to work for this senator or a mayor. Do you know how much they're worth? And I can assure you, with the exception of Bloomberg, I think I'm richer than any politician in America. So check. So I asked her to Google. When he saw
2021, he mentioned for the first time that he was worth over 200 million United States dollars, adding that he was shocked to learn he was worth more than Hollywood actor Denzel Washington.
Then I checked Denzel Washington. I checked and I was shocked that Denzel Washington, with all the hit movies, worth $250 million. Then I said to myself, why am I worrying too much? I'm not doing badly. I have to stop thinking.
So are you around that range?
Oh, of course, yes. Why not? Why not? Oh, long time ago, get involved.
So in the next 3 years, what car would you be buying? And I'm only picking from what you said, that sometimes you plan what to buy 3 years.
You know,
ahead.
I have a limit. My limit is I'm conservative. And therefore, I cannot buy flashy cars, like the sports car, this and that. That's what I'm saying, I'm limited. But I like exclusive ones. Here, this one we have Maybach and the S560 here. When you move to the other apartment, you see Bentley and Rolls Royce, and the other one you see the Cadillac, plus, you know, Tundra that we use for daily. I wanted to buy another Rolls Royce for my 60th birthday. But because of, in fact, the way I planned my 60th birthday, it coincided with the election. And therefore, I decided to tone it down. Whether you are hardworking or not, negative publicity, it will affect my party. So I said, forget about it. Every day is a party.
What was the plan? What were you thinking?
But it will still come on. I want to assure you.
Well, the 60th birthday will come up, but the party.
But the party will be postponed.
So how were you picturing the party?
I wanted to finish a house, 45-bedroom house, with about 9-10 living rooms. It's going on. It's still going on. It has been
in Ghana?
Yes, I'll do it too. It's still
in Accra, Tema?
It's in Tema. As I speak, the workers are there.
Okay, 45 bedrooms?
Yeah, 45 bedrooms. I just want Ghanaians to see that a black man can also do it.
And this
I've
is
done
not,
that in my village.
This is not
so
for a hotel. This is
no.
Okay.
It's not for a hotel.
And then you do the party there, or you move in there?
Yes, yeah, that is where I wanted to do the party.
Okay.
But unfortunately for me, where we're building, it does. The soil is not that strong. It's water and everything there, you know, like a marshy area. So we had to fill it. It's taking a lot of my time, and but I'm not.
You are. I mean, you already just said you have 26 houses only in.
I have 108 houses. East Legon is 26. If you want to.
108 houses.
Yes, I work hard.
You work hard. What do you do?
I do a lot of things.
There are some who think that you're a drug dealer.
You see, the drug dealers in the long run, they fail. Okay?
Maybe you are just a smart drug dealer.
You run your mouth on television everywhere criticizing people, and if you are a drug dealer, nobody will say anything to you. You think you are God. And have you ever
Why do people think you're a drug dealer?
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you. If you want, I'll be blunt.
Please do.
About 85% of the successful businessmen in this country, one way or the other, dealt in drugs. And
you're a rich man.
I'm
100 Misa, 2, Wakakuram and Kofwati, 20. That is the bastard alas, corrupt.
Okay.
Thief.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong.
People.
Yeah, the best year.
Especially, I can make come more because it's so cultural. And let me tell you, if I'm guilty, I pay $25 million in star, and it will not affect me. And more, I'm going to give a diamond with more diamond. I'll bring.
Right, thank you very much. And so, Dr. Kennedy, let me begin with you. So, as we understand, this was played in the court to make the point that the reduction he was